Hello, everybody, and welcome to the slightly different 2020 Technology Impact Awards.
I was going to say, I think that's the classic line of 2020. Can you hear me now?
Having the BC tech community pulled together like this is exactly what we need.
Let me end by just acknowledging that it's hard building companies, right? Like some days it just feels like we're climbing a mountain with a 100-pound pack.
So finally, thank you to the BC Tech Association for this award.
Hi guys, your dad just won a major award. He's kind of a big deal.
It's really their talent, their creativity, their dedication.
We're really committed to progress over perfection and celebrating tonight with all of you in the industry who do take the view of one step at a time, progress over perfection.
There we go. I don't know if you can see it.
You know, these events and this community doesn't kind of happen by accident, and the effort and the energy.
Yeah, turn it around. 1, 2, 3 to BC Tech.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 2021 Technology Impact Awards finalists announcement. My name is Jill Tipping. I'm the CEO of BC Tech, and I am not on mute. I am, however, on, as we all are, Indigenous land, and I'd like to start by acknowledging that in my home in North Vancouver, I'm very grateful to be gathered on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Coast Salish peoples, including the Musqueam, the Tsleil-Waututh, and the Squamish nations. Very pleased to be joined today by my co-host, Haley Wooden. Hi, Haley.
Hi, Jill. It is a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me. It has been such an incredible year, and at BIV, we've been watching the tech space with a lot of interest. We've been really inspired by the tech industry here in BC, how they have been so resilient, and also how they've supported their communities during COVID. We have a lot to celebrate today.
It's really so true. And that highlights video that we were watching off the top, I was watching all the smiling faces. Hard to remember that that was 6 months ago. It feels like just yesterday, but when we remember that energy that everybody brought, wasn't it a fantastic night? And Haley, I remember you were with us. You were live tweeting behind the scenes in the broadcast studio. What were your favorite memories?
There's so many to choose from, Jill, but I have to say seeing Nima's family as he won Startup of the Year probably was the real star moment for me, because I know behind each of our finalists is a team of colleagues and families supporting them. So getting to see that in the virtual broadcast was really a special moment. And you know, it would be great to hear from those of you who are in our audience today. We're going to bring up a poll and we want you to tell us what your favorite moment from last year's 2020 TIAs was. Here are your options. The show must go on, COVID won't defeat us, connecting with the community virtually, seeing the finalists and their families and their work families, watching the reactions and hearing the speeches live, or all of the above.
Don't hesitate to drop us a note in the chat, by the way, if your favorite memory was not mentioned. We're taking any and all feedback as we start to plan this year's show. And we want to make sure that it reflects the very best experience everyone can have. So let's see what those results were. What does our audience tell us? All of the above. So Canadian. Love it. But yes, I think each of those was a wonderful moment. For me, I have to say that there were two things. One was just the inspiration of a community coming together and being absolutely delighted in each other's success. And I have to say, I love a good acceptance speech. And I felt that last year our winners really brought that.
So I have to ask Jill, what is in store for the TIAs this year?
Okay, Haley, this is you being a reporter now, I think, for a moment. You're looking for a scoop, and I'm afraid I can't give you one. So right now, I do not have a confirmed date for the TIAs Gala, but that is for an absolutely awesome reason. And it is that whilst we are completely committed to again doing our show in a virtual mode to make sure that it's accessible to everyone, you can bring everyone from your teams, and it's free to access and everyone can experience the TIAs magic in some way, I have a plan. And I am determined to introduce an in-person element this year. It will not be the same as it used to be, just as nothing is the same as it used to be. It will be better. So I am at the moment planning a VIP in-person event where we will have all of the excitement of opening the envelopes and hearing the acceptance speeches with a small and select group that is perfectly compliant with public health guidance. So that's taking a little bit of planning to lock down the date. But when we have it, we will be announcing it. And I am really excited to do that at some point over the summer. So watch this space.
I was really hoping for a scoop, but that's so exciting to hear, Jill. And won't it be wonderful if we can combine all of the best moments of last year's show and add an in-person element to? Can't wait to hear what those final plans are. Now back to today and our announcement of the finalists. We hope very much that you will all keep engaged throughout the session in the chat. We'll be introducing the award categories in a few minutes, and then we'll be sharing the finalists for each category as we go. As the announcements are made, we would love to see your reaction, so please do turn your cameras on so we can see your faces. We also ask that all finalists please stay on for instructions at the end of the session. We are so thankful for the support of all of our sponsors who help bring the TIAs to life. We would like to thank our platinum sponsors for their generous support, CIBC and TELUS. A big thank you to our gold sponsors, Amazon and Finning, for their support. And our thanks as well to our silver sponsors, Canaccord and Generac.
And I'd like to extend a particular thank you to our award sponsors, Absolute Software, Accenture, Clio, Deloitte, EDC, MDA, Microsoft, Osler, PwC, and SAP, our bronze sponsors, KPMG and Lowtide, and our media and production partners, and there are many: BC Business, BetaKit, Business in Vancouver, Daily Hive, Inventa, Switchboard PR, and Vancouver Tech Journal. Without you guys, we would not be able to communicate or create the sizzle the way we can, and we're so grateful for your support.
Our silver sponsors are the presenting partners for today's finalist announcement event. At the gala, we celebrate our winners, and today's event is all about celebrating our incredible 44 finalists. Thank you again to our sponsors, Canaccord and Generac. We asked Jamie Brown, Managing Director, Head of Investment Banking, Western Canada at Canaccord Genuity, what inspired them to sponsor the TIAs this year, and here is what he shared. The entrepreneurial spirit of the BC tech community and its economic vibrancy combined with one of the most active tech IPO markets in recent times was inspiration enough for Canaccord Genuity to participate as silver sponsors. We also asked Keith Merritt, President of Services at Generac Clean Energy Solutions, what inspired them to sponsor the TIAs this year, and here is what he shared. Generac has hired over 100 engineers in the past 18 months. We sponsor the TIAs to give back and support our local tech community and keep our new brand front of mind for top talent. Thank you, Canaccord and Generac. We are so appreciative of your support.
You know, when we were at the 2020 TIAs, one of the things we asked our audience to do was give us one word that summed up the year for them. And the word for so many of our audience was resilience. And I've got to admit, it was a tough year for many people, including actually BC Tech. But you know what? We got through it, and we got through it together, and we come out the other side stronger. So as I think now today, we're starting to reopen BC coming out of the pandemic, and I reflect on the 2021 TIAs finalists. The word that comes to mind for me is inspiration. Because we're going to forge together as a community, doing things differently than we expected, but wonderful things, things we didn't expect to do, more than we ever expected to do, and we're going to do it together. One symbol of that for me is that this year we had the most applicants for the TIAs Awards we have ever had, by quite a long way. It was made it extremely difficult to narrow it down, but I'm pleased to say that today we'll be announcing to you 44 finalists across 11 categories, and that's a lot of names to get right, so we better get started.
Our first section of awards have purpose at the center and celebrate those who set out to change the world for the better. First is the award for the Spirit of BC Tech Resilience, presented by Absolute Software. The COVID-19 pandemic brought huge challenges to BC. This award recognizes those who have demonstrated the spirit of BC Tech through their ability to adapt amidst the challenges of the past year and contributed their energy and their innovation to building the resilience of their companies, public health, and British Columbia itself. In this category, the stories were so compelling. We are thrilled to share with you the 5 finalists for the Spirit of BC Tech Resilience are Copperleaf, Press Reader, C-SPAN Shipyards, Thrive Health, and Traction on Demand.
I am seeing some great reactions there on screen, and hopefully we'll see some emojis in the chat as we go through the show. Now, Haley, as you said, this award was exceptional, and it's clear when you see these 5 incredible companies, we've got people demonstrating resilience of infrastructure, of information, of shipping, developing a COVID app, and directly sourcing PPE for the province. This is such an impressive group. Our next award is Excellence in Technology Innovation, presented by MDA. Innovation is at the heart of technology, and that spark of creativity and ingenuity is where it all begins. This award acknowledges a company whose technology demonstrates next level innovation and a breakthrough solution with significant market impact. Our finalists are Connexia Health, Dapper Labs, Form, and TraceSafe.
Congratulations. I can already see some celebrating happening, some snapping and clapping on Zoom. I have to say, Jill, all of those companies have been making news this year. And what a range of innovation, from at-home cancer biopsy kits to NFTs, AR swim goggles, and wearable tracing technology. There are some truly incredibly innovative companies here in BC. Our next award is Company of the Year Startup, presented by Microsoft. Startups are the lifeblood of BC's tech sector, and we are so proud to have such a thriving startup scene here in BC. This award acknowledges early stage technology companies that are bringing something novel and impactful to the market, that are generating revenue, attracting team members, and creating significant buzz in BC's tech ecosystem. Our finalists are EHSAI, Ideon, Live It Earth, and Matador.com.
Well, they're bringing it on screen, they're bringing it in the chat. I love hearing the stories of our incredible startups. And these ones are in environmental compliance, using cosmic rays to assist with mining, connecting kids with STEAM programming and asset mapping for the oil and gas industry. And I have to say that all of these companies have tremendous potential, and I'm really excited to see them grow and scale further in BC. Our next award is Excellence in Technology Adoption, presented by Accenture. Today, every company is a tech company, and this award acknowledges the impact that technology adoption can have in every business to significantly improve performance, competitiveness, productivity, and employee engagement. Our finalists are Advanced Intelligent Systems, Boast AI, HSBC Canada, and Lamage Media Group.
Congratulations. I can see some big smiles already. Those categories really are inspiring, from robots to using AI to maximize shred, identity verification, or mapping affordable meals for those in need. Technology is really making an impact.
I totally agree, Haley, and it is so exciting to celebrate such exceptional companies. Now, everybody, would you do me a favor? Because we have a tradition at these announcements. We need to see some jazz hands. So please join me in celebrating our first 17 finalists. Thank you, guys. Congratulations to everyone who's been shortlisted so far. And remember, if you are one of the 17 finalists, please stay on for instruction at the end of the show.
All right, our second section of awards focuses on the growth and scale journey. These are the exciting times when we build companies to scale, establish cultures that sustain us, and share our innovation with the world. Our next award is Company of the Year Growth, presented by Osler. As companies move beyond the startup stage, their growth accelerates and the momentum builds. This award acknowledges a high growth company demonstrating outstanding performance and potential to grow further. With their revenue and employee count growing year on year, they are exceeding expectations of their investors and have the potential to become leaders in their market. Our finalists are Acuva, Launchpad, Precision OS, and Ripen.
Best reaction so far. Nice work, team. What an exciting group of companies. And whether they are using UV light for water purification optimization of data and workflows using VR for surgery training or transforming experiential learning. These companies are doing some incredible work, and they're doing it in BC. In our next category, we're looking to those who have graduated from growth to scale. This award is Company of the Year Scale, presented by Clio. You might remember that Clio was our anchor Company of the Year in 2019 and one of the 7 unicorns BC's produced so far in 2021. And I have to say their first reaction on winning was, how can I sponsor and give back to the community? This award acknowledges a scale-up success tech company that has successfully navigated the pivots. They've emerged as a leader. They're stronger than ever, and they're likely to grow into an anchor company of the future. These are the ones to watch. Our finalists are Finalist, Eastside Games, Jane Software, and Thinkific.
Bravo and congratulations to our finalists. We see you celebrating. That's great. Wow, some great names in that batch of finalists who have really made waves in 2020, from financial modeling, a local gaming icon, health and wellness scheduling, and revolutionizing online education. This is a very deserving group. Our next award is Tech Culture of the Year, presented by SAP. They won this award in 2019 and immediately asked if they could sponsor it going forward. So many of BC's tech companies emphasize how important culture is to enable a company to grow and scale. This award acknowledges a company whose culture is fundamental to the success of their business, accelerating growth and profitability, and deepening the positive impact they have on the ecosystem and community. Our finalists are Freyterra, Clue, Lumen 5, and Rival.
Oh, there are some happy faces. Congratulations to all of you. Tech Culture is such an iconic award, and it means so much to those finalists to be recognized. Whether they're a freight marketplace or a competitive market intelligence product, a video creation platform, or a market research platform, this is a great group of finalists. And I gotta say, from my perspective, it's kind of fun to see 2 of the co-founders of one of BC's original anchors, Vision Critical, showing up to duke it out. Our next award is Company of the Year Export, presented by Export Development Canada. Exploring new markets abroad is a critical part of the growth and scale journey, and EDC can help with that. This award acknowledges a tech company that is succeeding on the world stage through the export of technology developed in BC. And our finalists are Boast AI, GeoComply Solutions, Invinity Energy Systems, and LMI Technologies.
Congrats to you all. We love seeing your reactions, and I'm also seeing some wonderful messages in the chat. It is amazing to see that today BC's exports include using AI to generate tax credits, enabling geolocation compliance, vanadium flow batteries, and 3D sensors. It is pretty impressive. I would now like to invite everyone to help us celebrate these 16 impressive TIAS finalists. Join us in some jazz hands or use the emote button to celebrate our finalists. Congratulations. It is so fascinating to see companies make that journey from startup to growth to scale companies. It is very important to support companies on that journey too. And I know that you do a lot of work in that space at BC Tech, Jill.
I gotta say, Haley, it's the highlight of my day every day, helping companies to grow and scale and building the future anchors of tomorrow. And that's what we really need to build a future economy of BC. So we take it pretty seriously at BC Tech. And that's one of the reasons why we're advocating for the Scale Up BC platform, which we've entered into with 11 partners planning to support 800 BC tech companies to emerge from the startup stage and build strong pathways to scale. We've got 11 partners, as I mentioned. We've got dozens of supporters, but you know what we need? We need your voice as a supporter. So we're going to drop the link in the chat to our dedicated website. Please explore what this platform is and why it's so important. And if you feel comfortable, add your name as a supporter, because together we'll get the investment we need and we'll get Scale Up BC in action soon.
Such important and exciting work. Our final section of awards focuses on the leaders in our community, because the work is not done until we build a legacy of who we are, what we stand for, and what we aspire to. Our first award is Game Changer Diversity and Inclusion, presented by PwC. Diversity and inclusion is so important to tech. We know that diverse teams build better solutions and business results. We know too that inclusive environments will attract talent in the greater numbers we so urgently need. This award recognizes an organization who has gone above and beyond to make a positive, indeed game-changing difference on diversity and inclusion. Our finalists are Broadband TV, Clio, Eastside Games, and Stem Cell Technologies.
Well done. Well done, all of you. And thank you for the work you're doing on this important area. It's fantastic to see these exceptional finalists. We launched this award last year with PwC because advancing diversity is a key priority for them, and it's a key priority for us. From a tech media anchor, legal software unicorn, a fiercely independent gaming studio, and a global biotech leader, these finalists show how important diversity is across the tech sector, and that leadership on D&I goes hand in hand with company success. Our next award, and this one is the big kahuna, Company of the Year Anchor, presented with Deloitte. When a company grows into an anchor, we see the heights that BC's ecosystem is able to achieve, and I'm proud to say that they are often members of BC Tech who were supported earlier in their journey by our programs and services, and who today give back to support the next generation coming forward. This award acknowledges a company that is an established leader, and finalists exemplify financial, strategic, and product excellence. They're widely recognized as an icon in BC's tech sector. Our finalists are Abcelera, Absolute Software, Cymax Group, and Well Health.
Oh, Jill, I can see lots of celebrating happening. It is such an accomplishment to be recognized as anchors, from antibody treatments for COVID-19, endpoint resilience solutions, e-commerce, and digital healthcare. Congrats to our amazing anchor finalists. Okay, we are at our final award category. That flew by, and the category is Person of the Year. Tech is a people business, and nothing makes that clearer than the leaders that shine above. This award celebrates an individual who is a recognized icon in the BC technology ecosystem, an acknowledged leader who has demonstrated business success in multiple settings, is a mentor and role model to others, and who actively engages with the community to build a stronger future for tech in BC. Our finalists are Dr. Carl Hansen, Lori Schultz, and Hamid Shabazi.
Big news. Congratulations to three wonderful people. What a tremendous group of finalists. And I have to say, I'm thrilled to recognize exceptional leaders. We all know that these companies that they're with, Abcelera, Galvanize, and Well Health, they have had a tremendous year. But these individuals are so much more than the companies that they lead today. It's inspirational to me to see how they've given back over the years, investing in this ecosystem, and how today they plan to pay it forward, mentoring the next generation. With leaders like this, there's no limit to what BC's tech sector can achieve. Congratulations to our finalists in this last section of awards. And now let's welcome all of those last 11 finalists. And thanks once again to Generac and Canaccord for making today's event possible. It's now my honor to share with you the full 2021 list of the Technology Impact Awards finalists across every category. Look at that logo soup. Isn't that inspirational? Fantastic work. Serious jazz hands, added sound effects. Very good, wonderful. Listen, we're sharing in the chat now the press release that announces all of our finalists and why they are so important, and the tech sector that we are building here in BC today and for the future. To our finalists, a reminder, please stay on the call to the very end. We've got some important next steps to share with you. And with that, we will wrap up today's show. So thank you, Haley, for joining me today. Congratulations once again to our exceptional finalists, and we will close with recognition for the sponsors that make it all possible. Thank you, everyone.